Welcome friends to another r/entitled parents video. While I know I'm not entitled to it, could you guys go ahead and hit the like and subscribe buttons down below? That said, our first story of the day is by Tannerland28. Entitled Karen still thinks she's entitled to my unborn child, tries to get CPS to court mandate myself to have a C-section so she can adopt my unfortunate child. I'll start by saying that I and my baby are safe. For clarification, I'm a fundamental Baptist. So, I'll dive in. Sister Karen was not done with trying to take my son. It started yesterday, Saturday. I wake up to many different members of the Karen family thanking me, saying they're glad I made the best choice for my child, so joyful that I'd repented and chosen a godly family for my mistake. Mistake meaning my unborn child. Karen had posted on Facebook that my child was going to be adopted by her family, and that she was excited to raise another child to serve the church. So I messaged her and said, "It looks like you did have more jokes. The child is mine, understand?" Karen says, "Please allow this child to be raised in a godly and loving home. If you can't, the county court will." At that point, I took screenshots and blocked her, along with the rest of her family. About an hour later, there's a social worker, Miss L, knocking on my front door. I opened the door and greeted her. I asked to see her official social worker ID. She said that a report was made that a child was being harmed and mistreated. "No, ma'am, the only child here is in my womb." Then I welcomed her to look around to see for herself, and told her about the Karen's family's attempt at taking my child. She was shocked, complimented how clean and organized my home was, and invited me to the County Child Protection Services office at 2 o'clock. I arrive at the CPS office, go in, take one step in the door, and can already hear the Karens trying to convince the social workers from across the building to give them my baby. The front desk lady was very nice and took me to an office to wait for someone. Miss L comes in. I ask if there's a problem. She says some people can't understand that you can't force a court to mandate a C-section just because a single woman is not married and pregnant. Karen felt the need to call me a who are, and it's my fault that my child will be a godless womanizer as she was being escorted out of the building by police. I made a report to the officer, who was once a single mother herself, so now a paper trail's been started. The officer said if there were any more problems with the Karen family, they would be happy to help with her. Miss L asked if I needed anything else. Got some help filling out some women, infants, and children paperwork, which I will not be shamed for, and I was done. I really hope the Karen family got the message. If not, she can tell her jokes to her new cellmates. I feel bad for OP. They're a single mother who chose to have a baby on their own. And while practicing their religion of all places, somebody uses that as a reason to try to take that child away from them. Do you think OP honestly deserves a restraining order against somebody like that? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Our next story is by Enola, Karen and Comic Shop. So I'm a female comic nerd, and there's this one comic shop near my house which is pretty cool. So while I was at this comic shop getting a couple comics, this lady comes up to me. She looked to be in her 40s and she said to me, "What are you doing in here? Girls can't read boy books." And I told her, "Oh, these books are for everyone." And she went on a rant about why I shouldn't be there and why I should be shopping for clothes and makeup instead. She ended up getting kicked out of the shop. It was the funniest stuff to see her be dragged out by security while screaming, "Get your hands off me, I have my rights." She's not wrong, she has her rights. Just like the store and the security guard have the right to kick anybody out of the establishment. Honestly, it's hilarious to me how many people think stores or restaurants, fast food places are public property. They don't realize this is a business, somebody owns this location. You can't just stand around, say or do whatever you want and expect nothing to happen. They have every right to A, refuse you service for any reason, and B, kick you out, or at least ask you to leave. And if they don't escort you out at that point, eventually somebody's gonna come with a pair of handcuffs. Our next story is by Taco Avor. My mother believes my time, my money, and my possessions are rightfully hers. I honestly don't even know where to begin. My mother's always believed herself to be entitled to absolutely everything that is mine, beginning with my time. I have a brother who's severely disabled and is 4 years younger than me. When I was 9 years old, she began teaching me how to tube feed him, and it became my job to get his feedings done. My 8-year-old sister's job was changing his diapers. That went on well into adulthood when we finally put a stop to it. My now ex-boyfriend actually opened my eyes and made me see the reason my mother didn't want me to go out late at even 18. It wasn't her being afraid for my safety, but concerned for her freedom, as there would be no one home so she could go out. During school, I was never allowed to join extracurricular activities because who would watch my brother? I was never allowed to go to a single school dance. I was allowed to get a job in high school, but had to come home as soon as my shift was over, immediately look after my brother, and of course, she'd take half my paycheck for rent. She watches my son for me, of course I pay her. He's my son and I wouldn't expect anyone to do it for free, even if I never charged my mother to watch my brother. She and her husband borrow my car time to time since hers won't run. Today, I noticed the sunroof, which I never use, is open, and I honestly don't know how long it's been that way. I noticed water stains, and admittedly, although not new, it's the nicest car I've ever had, and simply asked that it not be opened again, which somehow turned into her screaming at me to stop talking. I honestly do not understand how she can always see herself as a victim in every argument, no matter how wrong she is. I know I should have cut her off a long time ago, and a car is a stupid hill to die on, but I am at my wit's end. So you mean to tell me that somebody is using your car, left the sunroof open, you notice water stains in the interior of the vehicle, and after all that you say that that's a stupid hill to die on? I think that's a pretty reasonable hill to die on. That's like the basic principle of respecting somebody else's stuff, especially if they let you use it. This next story is by Reader Mom of One. Don't give her the keys, let her figure it out. Entitled Egg Donor. I posted a story about my baby shower and almost every single person told me to go no contact. This is the story of the day it happened, and this is as close as I could remember. Side note, I'd been living with Entitled Egg Donor until I could move away to live with my boyfriend. We don't live in the same country. I think it was a Sunday, Entitled Egg Donor woke me up to tell me my father, her, and sibling were going to the park and taking Carrot, my baby. We were still in lockdown and technically not supposed to, but it was a nice day and they wanted to go for a walk. Entitled Egg Donor says, "I'm taking Carrot, get up and get her ready." I say, "Why?" They say, "Get up, get ready, your father's coming to pick us up. Are you coming or not? You have 10 minutes. I say, "What? No one told me. Why do you want to take Carrot? Did you not hear her not sleep all night?" They say, "Hurry up, get her ready." I get up half asleep, getting her ready, putting her outfit on. I say, "Okay, where are you going? How long will you be gone with her?" They say, "I don't know. Why didn't you pack her lunchbox? What the freak is wrong with you?" I say, "What? You just told me to get her ready. I have to make her lunchbox too? You do it. You're taking her out." They say, "Stop being a lazy piece of poop. This is your job as a mom. It's your responsibility." I'm sitting on the couch thinking. I get this really bad gut feeling. I pick up Carrot and start walking to the room. I say, "No, I'm not comfortable with you taking her. I don't want you to take her." They say, "What? You don't trust me?" I say, "No, I don't." I shut the door to my room. Entitled Egg Donor says, "Are you freaking kidding me, you piece of poop? You have no right to shut this door. Open the freaking door. You can't deny me time with Carrot. We're taking her out and you have no say, you freaking selfish piece of poop." She starts banging on the door, yelling and cussing at me to let her take Carrot. I locked the door and was holding Carrot sobbing. I called my father and through sobbing, I tell him everything that happened and how uncomfortable I feel, how I don't trust her and don't want her around Carrot. Father says, "Stay in your room, I'll be there in a few minutes and then we'll talk." Entitled Egg Donor's yelling, "You freaking witch, why the freak are you calling your father? When he comes you'll see he'll be on my side, why don't you trust me? You know how many times I took Carrot to the park? I took her to visit people, the grocery store." At this point she's telling me every single thing she's done. She knew she shouldn't have during COVID, and everything I felt in that moment she validated. I didn't say a word the whole time and was sobbing while holding Carrot in my arms. They say, "If you don't let me take her, pack your stuff and get the freak out, I don't care. You don't want to give me Carrot, then get the freak out." She was yelling this over and over and saying other things I tried to block out. My father eventually arrives, as Entitled Egg Donor is yelling at me, telling me to get out of her house. I started talking to him in my room, told him everything. He's hearing everything she's yelling, and we decided it was best if I moved in with him. Father tells me to pack all the basic things I need, and later in the week we'll come get the rest. Parents are divorced, by the way, they're friendly. I started packing all the essentials I need, but also the things I don't want to leave behind, just in case I can't come back. Took me about 2 hours. I say, okay, Father, I'm ready, let's go. Father says, wait, just relax, this is your house, relax. I say, can we please go? I don't want to be here. Entitled Egg Donor says, let her freaking go, she doesn't deserve our help. If she wants to act all grown up, then she can leave. I say, Father, let's go please. Entitled Egg Donor says, no, freak you. You want to act like a grown up? Go figure it out. See who helps you. No one's going to help you. I said, please, let's go. I was on my knees begging, crying, until I realized my father's drunk. During the 2 hours I was packing, he went and bought alcohol and got drunk. I ask, can I have your house keys? I'll call an Uber. Father says, okay, here. Pulls his keys out slowly and starts handing it to me. Entitled Egg Donor yells, no, grabs the keys out of his hands, shoves them in his pocket. No, you won't get his keys. Get the freak out of my house. You're not welcome. I don't give a freak. Stop trying to hand her your keys. If she's so big now, she can go figure it out. Let her figure it out. I walk back to my room holding Carrot, and I break down for the third mental breakdown of the day. I called my boyfriend, don't want to go into much details. He told me to call my friends Violet and Elle for help. He apologized for not being there and letting the situation get out of hand, but ultimately there's nothing he can do as he's not there. Calling Violet, one missed call, second time ringing she picks up. I say, Violet, I'm so sorry to call you, but I need your help. I don't know what to do, I need help, please help me. Violet says, what's wrong, what's going on? I say, Entitled Egg Donor's kicking me out and it's so bad, I don't know what to do. I don't have anywhere to go right now. Violet says, oh my god, I'm so sorry, OP. I want to help you, but I'm not in the city, I'm 2 hours away. You can live with me, but I don't have any way to give you the keys until I'm back. I say, okay, can I call you back? I need to think. Violet says, I'm so sorry, but you can come over and stay as long once I'm back. It's going to be okay, you're not alone. Text me if you need anything else. I hang up. I call Elle and say, hello, Elle? They say, hey OP, what's wrong? I say, Elle, I need your help. I called Violet, she's not in the city, and I don't know what else to do. Elle says, are you okay? What's wrong? What's happening? I say, Entitled Egg Donor kicked me out. Violet said I can live with her, but I need somewhere to stay in the meantime. Can you please come get me? Elle says, give me 20 minutes, I'll come get you and you can stay with me. I say, I'm sorry, I don't mean to add stress to your life. I don't feel safe, I'm not okay. Please help me. Elle says, grab whatever you can, I'm coming, it's going to be okay. Elle arrives and I run downstairs, give her Carrot. I come back upstairs to get my things and load the car. Entitled Egg Donor says, you're not allowed to come back here until you change your attitude and give me Carrot. You won't survive without me. You need me. You piece of poop, you're not going to survive. You won't last a month without me. None of your friends will be there for you. Every time I would go back to get my things, she would say that. My father sat there watching me leave with my things, thinking I had an Uber and I was going to his home. I wasn't in that moment. I decided if I was going, I wasn't coming back. Once I loaded the car, I wrote them both a long butt message pretty much telling them freak off. This is what you did and to forget I existed. I broke down in the car and told Elle everything I had endured and called my boyfriend to tell him where I was going to be. That me and Carrot were safe. Violet and Elle hid me until I can leave the country to go back to my boyfriend. Elle and Violet gave me a home, gave me and my child love and support, and I'll never be able to repay them for what they did for me. I'm just glad that in a situation that was as dicey and stressful and painful as this was for OP, that they were able to have not just one but two people there to help them in their most desperate of times. And it sounds like things are on an upward trajectory now. Getting out of the country, getting to the boyfriend, hopefully everything should be okay for OP. Just cut off all of that toxicity and leave it behind in the past. But with that being said, that's all the time we have for today. So of all these stories I've read today, which is your favorite and why? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you haven't yet, if you could like and subscribe, that would mean a lot to me. Whatever you do, whether it's liking, subscribing, turning notifications on, all of it helps grow this channel, and I appreciate the heck out of it. So until next time, I'll see you all tomorrow with some more stories.